Hi, it's Justin Bell. I'm profiling my Gigavise OTK deck, and as you can see, it's all nicely laid out right here. And let's just get right into it. So we can start with the basics. We have Sangan, Gorz, Global, Spore, 2 Lone Fires, Tytannial, Nettles, level 2 tuner, and 2 Gigaplants. On the spell and trap lineup, we have 2 MSTs, Monster Reborn, Foolish Burial, Dark Hole, Giant Trunade, 3 Hidden Armory, 3 Supervise, and 2 Swing of Memories. And in the trap lineup, we have Solemn Warning times 2, Torrential, Solemn Judgement, Roll Decree, Trap Stun, and for the spells that are in the trap lineup, because I didn't have enough room, we have 3 Gold Sarcs, 3 Mark of the Rose, and 3 D.D.R. So as you can see, the spell lineup is the predominant type of card in this deck. Alright, so how this deck works is it is a 2 card OTK. What you need is 1 Supervise and 1 Lone Fire. And once you have those 2 cards, assuming they have no back row, there is a 66% chance that you'll be able to do whatever you want. What you do is you summon Lone Fire, tribute it for Gigaplant, use the Supervise in hand to attach to Gigaplant to make it have its effect as a Gemini. Use its effect to bring back a Lone Fire. Tribute it for either Spore or Glow Bulb, depending on what you have in hand. Usually it's Glow Bulb. You synchro for Power Tool Dragon. I will do the extra deck in a little bit. Power Tool Dragon allows you to select 3 equip cards from your deck and randomly shuffle them, and then your opponent picks one and adds them, and then you add it to your hand, and then the rest gets shuffled back. And it has some other effect that involves equip cards I don't care about. But
I believe it doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
As long as it has an equip card. Well, if it would be destroyed, you can discard an equip card from it instead.
Attached to it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever used its effect.
No, it's one of those forgotten effects.
Yeah. So once you get when you do that effect, the first effect, the important one, once you do that effect, you're going to most likely select 2 Supervise from your deck and either 1 D.D.R or 1 Mark of the Rose, depending on, again, on what you have in hand. If you have 1 in your hand, it's usually beneficial to try and get the other one, just in case for some reason they don't choose the 2 Supervise. So assuming probability wins and they choose a Supervise, you equip it to a Gigaplant again, because when Gigaplant was used for the Synchro Summon of Power Tool Dragon, it comes back due to Supervise's effect. Supervise's effect is when it is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Gemini monster from your graveyard, and since Gigaplant is in your graveyard when the effect resolves, you special summon Gigaplant. So it's kind of your non-tuner that's always going to be there. So you just do the loop again. You keep doing it basically until they don't pick Supervise, which is usually after the second Power Tool Dragon. So when that's done, you have, and when you do the second Power Tool Dragon, you don't bring back Glow Bulb with Gigaplant, you bring back Lone Fire and tribute for Spore. Now this could very, very greatly change depending on what your opponent has. Like if they have a monster face down for your last Power Tool Dragon Gigaplant combo, you might do Nettles instead of Spore and go into Scrap Dragon or something. Or summon Black Brute Drago if you're not confident in your setup.
And Black Brute Drago is the one that gives all Gemini monsters their effects?
Yeah. No, that's not its effect. When it's...
Oh no, that's the Super Allied Beast Raptinus. Black Brute Drago. In
an earlier Gigavise OTK deck, he was the focus of the deck, but I found out he's not too consistent. Black Brute Drago, I will find him really quick. He is right here. Once per turn, you can discard a Gemini monster from your hand to the graveyard to destroy a spell and trap card your opponent controls. Kind of nice to get rid of dead Gigaplants in your hand. When he is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Gigaplant, or you can special summon any Gemini monster and have it be treated as an effect monster, which is kind of nice, just in case they somehow bounce back and thwart your OTK. But assuming they have a clear field, you're not going to really see this guy. You're going to be seeing 2 Power Tool Dragons and a Gigaplant on the field, and you will either have Mark of the Rose or D.D.R in hand, or preferably both if you did what I said to do earlier and try and go for the one you don't have in hand. Then you will be in a prime position to synchro even more, using Glow Bulb's effect to synchro for Landois if you think they have Gorz or Battle Fader in hand, so you can negate it. Since this deck is predominantly spells, they really won't have a problem having spells to discard for Landois' effect. If you feel like you need to take more of their monsters and you don't have a Mark of the Rose or D.D.R in hand, you only got one and you didn't start with another one, then you can go for a third Power Tool Dragon, synchroing with the Glow Bulb you brought back and the Gigaplant already on the field. You can synchro for a third one and get whatever you need to do the OTK. If you have both of them in hand, there's really no reason to get another Power Tool Dragon. That's just kind of overkill and you're getting rid of your non-tuner. So usually you don't do that. But then again, this deck is very flexible. It doesn't have to OTK. You can just have a nice field full of synchros and you could just end your turn and then you would just have 5 synchros on the field and they would have whatever they have. But I don't know, some key plays I sometimes do to get around really random stuff is I do Glow Bulb into a Power Tool instead of Gigaplant for this guy right here, this ace, Lifestream Dragon. Once you've done this combo, once you've done the loop with Supervise and Lonefire, and you've used a lot of equip cards, you're going to have at least 3 or 4 equip cards in your graveyard, and he's just going to stay. His effect is when he's synchro summoned, you can make your life points 4,000, only when he's synchro summoned. And if this card would be destroyed, you can remove from play 1 equipped spell card in your graveyard instead. So if you feel like you're not going to OTK and you just need a guy who's just going to stay on the field, you just summon him by doing Glow Bulb into Power Tool Dragon, and he just stays there no matter what, basically. And he's a tuner, just in case that somehow matters. Let's just get the extra deck. I'll just set up the extra deck while I'm talking right now. Other things that you might want to do, if you feel like they still have something that could bother you, like maybe a Mirror Force. Like I know in my duel with Matt, he had Mirror Force. Like it's really easy to sometimes see if you play a deck a lot. You can, like if they haven't used their face down card, it's most likely Mirror Force. So what you do is you use Spore's effect to remove from play Glow Bulb in your graveyard to make a level 2 tuner. Go into a Gigaplant for Scrap Dragon, blow it up. Set one of your spell cards you don't care about. Since, yeah. Other plays you can do is, you notice I have 3 D.D.Rs. It's not because I want to search out my combo pieces. It's because with D.D.R and Gold Sarcophagus, it makes it so you have a Lonefire. Since the Lonefire is at 2, you don't always draw into it or Sangan. So you need to, like someone once told me, it doesn't matter how messy the OTK is, it doesn't matter how many cards you discard, as long as you win. So yes, you're going to be using 3 cards, or you're going to be using a Gold Sarc to move and play your Lonefire. You're going to be using D.D.R to bring it back, and you're going to be discarding a card, but you're going to have a Lonefire. And if you have a Supervise in hand, then it's not really a problem. Now we have the extra deck, and it's sorted in order of importance, so let's just go down the line. 3 Power Tool Dragons, part of the OTK. It's non-negotiable. I have to have 3. Yeah. Lifestream Dragon, important for when I need to just sit there after I fail to OTK, and I just want a monster that I can just be confident will stay there no matter what. Nature Landois, I usually synchro for it during the OTK because I always anticipate them having Gorz or Battle Fader. It's a free synchro because I use Glow Bulb and the Gigaplant that's already there. I mean, I use Glow Bulb's effect when it's already in the graveyard to synchro for Landois because they're both Earth, and it adds up to 7. How convenient. This card is Scrap Dragon. I traded mine away, so I don't actually have it anymore. But Scrap Dragon is very important in this deck. Again, it's a free synchro. I just use Spore to move Glow Bulb when I've already used it for Spore, and then I have a Gigaplant, so I just synchro for Scrap Dragon. Or maybe I steal their level 6 monster with Mark of the Rose. And once I do that, I can just get rid of their problems that I don't like. Trishula, as you saw from the duel, I can summon Trishula if I really think about it, but Usually I find that it's better to, well, it depends on what my opponent has out. Like, I can steal their stuff and then synchro for Trishula, but I can't do it on my own unless I do really, really ridiculous stuff. It's not worth it in almost all cases. Black Brute Drago is he's kind of a confident synchro. In the same vein as Lightstream Dragon, if I'm not sure I'm going to OTK, I bring him out and he just stays there, or if he goes away, then he creates advantage for me, which is nice. Black Rose, let's say I fail to OTK and they destroy everything on my side of the field, and I have a Glow Up Bulb that I didn't use because they interrupted my combo, and a Gigaplant which is in the graveyard because they destroyed everything. I can use Swing of Memories in my hand to bring back the Gigaplant, bring back Glow Up Bulb, Black Rose, and then just start everything over again. Or I can just take their monster and then use Glow Up Bulb and Black Rose. I mean, it's just almost a staple. I wouldn't, even if I wanted to take it out, there's really nothing better to put in its place, in my opinion. So it's a very important toolboxing option. Stardust, Colossal Fighter, I don't really, the two level 8s, I don't really go for them that much. Lifestream and Black Brute Drago are almost always better. They don't really bring anything to my deck that I need. Yeah. Gaia Knight and Bryonic, I can't synchro for them on my own. If I take their monster of Mark of the Rose, I can bring them out, which is why they're in my extra deck. Same with these two. I have to take a level 4 and bring out Glow Up Bulb. It's nice to have, but they're very, very unimportant in the long run. But when I need them, I'm glad they're there. That's the extra deck.